Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder, and today I want to cover what I am going to call the Noah's Ark deck. Now, if you're not familiar with biblical terms, Noah's Ark, very loosely translated here, is Noah built an ark because he knew a flood was coming, and in order to preserve all the different type of species on the planet Earth, he collected two of each, a male and a female, obviously, so that when the rains subsided and the land was available to be habitated again, the species would continue to grow. So there's your very brief. This isn't a religious, nor is it a biblical anything, but that's the story of Noah and his ark. And you kind of, if you don't have that knowledge, then the deck doesn't make any sense to you. But using the theme of the 2x2x2, what I've got here is something that Razor Jake was talking about on Rico's live stream, and he put together a Reddit post, and in the post it's very loosely worded. Here are X tiers. You have the 2 tier where there's only 2 different Pokemon, then there's the 3 tier, and so on and so forth. And the deck that I have doesn't 100% accurately go over what he was saying, because if you look on here, that everything would have to be, I believe, no chain level. Every figure in X, in the number tier, should be X tier +1, 2 Zapdos in one deck. Both should have the same move expanded. So essentially what he's saying is they should all be the same. There's no evolutions. Looking through this somewhere on here, I don't remember exactly where, but no chain levels in all level 10. Whatever move you power up on one, you power up on all of them. And so if we look at the 3 tier, you have 2 Solgaleo, 2 Sableye, 2 Mew. With that in mind, here we go. This is the deck. And he asked if I had the pieces run it. I'm not sure if he doesn't have the pieces to run it, or if I imagine he just didn't have the pieces to run it. But looking at the deck, I created the deck, and I can't do it exactly because I have chain levels, and I don't have Carbonite to make everything level 10, and I very rarely make Pokemon level 10. But here's what I did. We have the deck that you see here, the 2 Leos, the 2 Mews, the 2 Sableyes, which I think is an absolutely annoying looking deck. 2 Double Chance, Swap Spot, Scoop Up, Gold Block, Max Revive. And I almost feel like then an X attack would be more beneficial, although for the purposes of this experiment, I'm not sure that they are. But there you go. So here is the deck that he had. As you saw, one of my Mews was level 1. But now, while we're looking for an opponent in the game here, I will say I like the concept behind this. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of multiple Pokemon in a deck because it makes you extremely weak to something. Like if you have, I don't know, say 2 Crobats, you're extremely weak to Terrakion. Not that that's a great example, but if you have 2 Lunalas, then you're pretty weak to Zapdos. And if I have my 2 Sableyes here, that is weak to Zapdos. My opponent. You've got to be kidding me. I'm looking at my opponent's deck. I'm going against a Wobbuffet. This is unbelievable. The Blastoise is going to be an issue as well, but oh my god, how do I go against Wobbuffets? Absolutely unbelievable. Also, with my Sableyes, if you'll look, my one with chain levels, I expanded the gold. On the other, I expanded Confuse Ray. And since he's going to bring out his Mew, I'm just going to take this opportunity to go smash my Mew square into Blaziken. And that's okay. We are going to survive there. Wobbuffet, though. Come on. Anyway, getting back to the thing. If you look at my Leos, I did not set up the same thing on my Leos. One has the 110 expanded, one has the 120 expanded. So this is not an exact replication of what he was talking about, referring to, but it's close, and close enough is going to count. Now, do I think this is the best build of the Noah's Ark deck? I'm not so sure. I'm going to run 2 games. Perfect. And in the second game, I'm going to put together a deck that I think might be even better than this. And the concept behind this, and you guys can read that in Discord if you want, or Reddit. But the concept behind this is basically an anti-meta deck. So the theory behind it is what you want to do is create a deck that counters the meta. And if you're creating decks that counter the meta, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, maybe that makes it a meta deck. We'll see. So my opponent has gone super defensive. There's nothing that I can do really outside of, I don't know. Okay, so he's going to go after my Mew. Not a terrible decision there, but let's see. I have Golblock in this deck. So what we're going to do is I've got 2 double chance, and I'm so bad about actually using my plates. But since I have double chance, I'm going to use it here. And again, he's going to roll his white attack. So there's nothing that I can do there. Let's see if he goes and takes my entry point. That's what I'm imagining he's going to do, is take his Coco and hop down here onto my entry point. Okay. I get it. I get it. And what we're going to have to do is should maybe have brought out my other Leo instead of attacking. What I'm going to do on my next turn, most likely, is get rid of this Coco. Because quite honestly, it's annoying. Like, highly annoying. The cruise is over. It ended. I believe I wasn't online paying super close attention, but I'm under the impression that it ended at 7:59 a.m. even though on the detail screen it said 7:59 p.m. on the 4th. And that has some people more than a little upset. Wow. I will let you know, my RNG has been horrendous. In fact, here's how bad it was. Yesterday, I started the day needing 7 wins on the cruise ship in order to complete the 20,000 points. I lost my first 4 games. And I think for the day, I think I went 7-7 or maybe 7 wins and 8 losses. But it was bad. Just like this. This is this is so bad, these rolls that I'm getting. And it's been like that, I think 2 days ago, maybe I was at 3,500 in League. And yesterday, I did not even want to do my dailies. I think the 2 wins I got off of BugBot. And I'm not even exaggerating about that. I lost my first 3 for sure. And then I beat BugBot. Let me see what my opponent has here. 2. Like, he hasn't even started to play the game yet. But I lost my first 3, beat BugBot, And I'm pretty sure I lost my next 3 and then beat Bugbot again, and was more than happy to call that good enough. And as you've seen here, just gold into purple, misses galore, misses all over the place. I was running a couple of other decks. Oh, he has Blazikenite and Blastoise. I need to reread those because I just looked at them loosely. Okay, so he has Blastoise and Blaze. That is really hard for me to read. I'm not even going to lie. So what are we going to do here? I think our best bet is going to be to double chance. Because Sabale's entire purpose in this deck is to confuse people. You have got to be kidding me right now with this. And the only reason why I accepted that is because I couldn't beat him with my 70 anyways. And this is going to make him jump off of my entry point. I can bring out a Mew. But, wow. But anyways, that's how my RNG has been going. I'm going to plop him down here. And I'm just going to attack because he's going to hop over me and burn me anyways. Wow. Very, very fortunate that he rolled miss, because I rolled the 50 and anything else he rolls was going to knock me out. Man. I don't know what to do when you get in those positions where you're just in a tough roll. And, oh, you know what he's going to do? I've got to win this roll. Like, I've got to knock him out. Because what he's going to do is he's going to go Mega Blastoise. And then he's going to try to hit Turtle Missile and take out my Solgaleo. And really, there's just nothing I can do about it because he's all white and all white. I'd have to roll miss. And if he gets Turtle Missile, I can knock out his Leo. But then I don't know how I'm going to knock out. Wow, he didn't do that. It's very interesting. And I know what he's doing, and there's nothing that I can do about it. I'm just going to go straight after Wobbuffet here. Hope he rolls miss. Shuttle Flip is fine. Imagine he'll bring Coco all the way down here. If he brings Coco within striking distance of Leo, even though my RNG is horrendous right now, I'm going to smack him in the nose. It's not what he wants to do. Ooh, this is tempting. All right. Nope. And put it in the comments down below, because I am legitimately interested to know, do you ever face a Wobbuffet? I never face Wobbuffet unless I'm recording. And then once or twice a month, there's Wobbuffet. I need my gold into his purple. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's what I was trying to do with Mew earlier, and it didn't work out. But I'm very thankful that it worked out this time. So now we're going to take... I'm going to go up here. Perfect. Okay. Do we take our... I think we just keep going after it and take our chances with rolling a Confuse into this Wobbuffet in order to cause him to roll miss. I'm not worried about this. You've got to be kidding me. A confused Leo gets a knockout of any kind is... That's unacceptable. I'm just gonna say that. It is unacceptable for that to happen. I'll tell you what I'm most in shock about with the way that this game has been going. It's the fact that I have not really even threatened his goal. I had the one chance where with Mew into Wobbuffet, but like that's not really a threat. And I think my that's interesting. I think my best option here is to try to get rid of this Leo. Perfect. Because, and the reason why I say this is because he's going to bring out his Blastoise. I know Mega Blastoise is coming out soon. And I need to, I can't have all of his Pokemon hanging out around my goal. That's really bad for business. So what I'm going to do is I needed to clear out a little bit of that entryway. I moved Sableye back over. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We're going to go for the attack. Melee, melee. Let's see if he just takes over my entry point. I know he's not going to melee wish. Yeah, he's just going to take over my entry point. I'm going to take this opportunity to... I want Confuse here. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. The good news is there, by rolling Miss, he has no attack. So Miss actually doesn't hinder anything. Huh. That was interesting, because now I get to put a goalie who has no white, and his Mega Blastoise can't knock him out at all. So that was really interesting. He was actually in a better position. Here we go. It's gold. Wow. Okay. Maybe a little bit of payback for those horrendous rolls. And I do have a scoop up. So if he refuses to move this Grovyle out of the way, and he refuses, I'm actually going to leave Grovyle right there because he's confused. And to me, that's not a threat, because if you look at his wheel, the white, which is what he has the most of, is going to roll over into a red Miss. Ooh! I was just going for confuse. But obviously my RNG has completely done a 180, and every roll that I was getting just dominated on before, I'm now starting to get. If I can just hold off for one roll, it's even better than holding on for one roll. We're going to get to victory. And I got to tell you, the way that this game was, a minute, 45 seconds in, I would have never thought that I was going to win. But very nice to pull out the victory there. Not really a very meta deck. Ooh, and a black box that we went up against. So I'm not ready to say that this deck is the anti-meta deck, but it's definitely, there's a lot here that would annoy me if I was going against. But do I have a deck that I think might actually be better? That's what we're going to test out next. Now, here's the deck that I've put together, and I will tell you what I like about it. Obviously, the same as before. They're not leveled up the same. They're not level 10. They have chain levels. But I've got 2 Lunala, 2 Koko, 2 Raikus. What I like about it is I have really strong purple attack, which I had with the previous deck with the Sableyes. I've got great mobility with the Lunala and the Tapu Kokos. I've got gold in Koko and Raikou. I have no weight in Raikou. Raikou gets a plus 30 on my attack advantage because of the Kokos, and I've got Electro Energy. So I'm going to be able to hit for essentially, it's one of my Lunalas is level 1, so that's 120. My other one is chain level 10, so that's going to be essentially 140. Raikou hits for 140 or 110 or 80. Electro Energy buffs that up by 10. I mean, you got gold attack, you've got some dodge, you've got a lot here. I think that this one might actually be, and yes, for the record, if I were going to invest in this deck, I would bump up the gold on my Raikus, and it starts at 28, if I'm not mistaken. So after 9 levels, it's 37, so it's not that much smaller than your Zapdos, which would make it a fairly consistent gold attack, with the benefit of whenever you do land gold, everybody attached. It could be a benefit, but everybody attached gets electrocuted. It could be a detriment if you've got a big chain going up against your own Pokemon. But I want to see, is this an even better 2x2? I like the mobility. I feel like it has better mobility than Mew. Leo's nice. You know, it's got a lot here. And I have an opponent, and again, this is a very unmeta deck. So I'm not sure that this video is going to give you the overall effect of running an anti-meta deck when you don't play meta opponents. But let's see. I definitely do not want this Trico getting 3 evolutions up to Subtile on me. I definitely don't want to let him surround me. And basically, my Lunalas should pretty much wreck his entire deck. So let's go. I'm not going to attack here. I'm going to wait a turn and then hop out, most likely over here. I've got Swap Spot. That's what I'm actually going to do. Double Chance, Max Revive. I'm actually going to... No, I can't. Bummer. I'm just going to go over here. No, he can't beat me. All that I could do was roll miss. That's the only way that he could have beaten me. I'm imagining he has a gold block. Gene has a gold block, and he's going to put Cosmo EM on goal on this next turn. And he doesn't. Okay. And I don't know. Let's go ahead and try to get rid of this DOA again. Another dimensional slip. It's so wild to me to think. I cannot remember for the longest time, back when Dio was running the show, I wanted Dio to slip, and it just would just roll through my deck. And now I don't want Dio to slip, and 2 out of 3 rolls were going to be slips. Now the only bad roll here is going to be Will-O-Wisp and miss. Other than that, it's all good. And if I roll either one of those, that's definitely not good. Doesn't matter. I just did not want him taking his DOA and marching down the field. Feel good about this. We'll take the other Lunala. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I mean, he is running 4 evolutions, which I totally dig. I love when people run evolutions. That might be the worst decision. That was a really bad decision on my opponent's part. Maybe just doesn't know that he has no winning rolls. I don't know. But we're just going to press forward. I do have to worry about Cosmo EM's teleport. Before this gets wildly out of hand, I definitely want to make sure that my goal is covered. We will go after Croconaw. Yeah, he's just got nothing. Honestly, my deck is wildly overpowering to the deck my opponent is running. I shouldn't have any problems with this deck. Especially with my 2 Lunala being so pressed forward. There's really no reason for me not to attack here. Burn is going to get rid of his... I can't remember. The 20. Wow, did he put Carbonite? He did. It's pretty awesome. I love it. I'm a fan of people investing in these other Pokemon. We'll go ahead and attack here again. That's good. Gonna get him taken out. Does he have Gold Block? He does. My only guess is he's going to put Cosmo EM on the goal so that I can't get the surround. I will just take my center Lunala. Interesting choice. I'll hop over here. Go after Terrakion. Yeah, a strong Lunala basically counters his team. I do have... Maybe Swap Spot would have been better so that I could have kept my stronger Lunala out. That was a really bad play on my opponent as well. And now he's going to definitely do his Gold Block with Cosmo EM. And I'm going to have to back off with this Lunala. I'm going to have to back off into the corner. Why would he forfeit? I can't surround your Cosmo EM. So again, not the best example, but I do think there might be something to. I think there are creations that you can do. We're running 3 total Pokemon, so 2 of each. Could actually be very strong decks. I think if you throw some Mimikyu, you pick annoying ones like a Mimikyu or Sableye as kind of the core, and I think you could be onto something here. That is going to wrap up, but well, before I wrap this up, I do want to know your thoughts. Leave in the comments below. A, what do you think of the concept of the Noah's Ark deck? And B, if you were going to build something similar, what is it that you would build? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to carry on more of a conversation, head over to my Discord. There is a link in the description below, as always. But now that is going to wrap up today's installment. It's Thursday. We're diving into the first weekend of 2018. No real complaints about 2018 so far. And that's all I've got. So until next time.